Good evening, Southeast Texas. Thanks for tuning in to 12 News. I'm Jordan James.
They went to their graves in poverty when they should have been rich.
Tonight, families of black farmers in Chambers County are rallying together in hopes of taking back the land they say was stolen from them more than a century ago. This is a fight that has been going on for decades. This evening, several family members and supporters came together to express their grievances. 12 News reporter James Grant was out there earlier and joins us live in studio with more on the group's mission.
Jordan, the group says the land was supposed to be there. So they've taken it upon themselves to try and regain possession, collecting the large sums of money that could come with it.
Unfair justice! Unfair justice!
Sunday, dozens of descendants of black farmers in Chambers County gathered in front of Anahuac oil field, land that once belonged to their ancestors and they say should be theirs.
Lord, we ask you to walk with us as we're on this journey.
Catherine Banks, a descendant of William Godfrey, says her grandfather signed a portion of his land over to her family. However, Banks believes county officials found fault in what he wrote on the deed, so they didn't honor it.
The same county official that notarized their signature notarized the X. And this was sold to people who they didn't even know.
The problem is that X meant Godfrey couldn't read or write. For the past few decades, the families have pored over records at the Texas General Land Office, the records showing Godfrey could in fact read and write. They claim they were robbed of not only their land, but also the wealth that would come with it, as it produced over 1 million barrels of oil and even more natural gas.
These families out here have all leases, where they proceeds supposed to be 1/8 of the royalties coming off the land, but no one have received 1 penny.
They could have struck it rich. Instead, they claim they were forced off the land and many of their ancestors have died in poverty as a result.
Other people reap the benefits from these descendants' families that were forced off property because it had precious minerals.
Banks, who worked on Godfrey's field for 20 years, says she'll continue fighting for justice along with the other families.
Think about it. How would you like to work something that you supposedly own but was taken from you, and you watch others get rich from it?
We reached out to the Texas General Land Office to find out where things stand in the family's efforts to get their land back, but have not heard back. Stay with 12 News on air and online for the latest on this story. James Grant, 12 News.
Operation Vaccination, that was the objective for the Texas Department of State Health Services at its pop-up event at Walmart in Beaumont, where they spent a few hours educating people about vaccines. This particular campaign was geared toward increasing vaccination rate for young people. Data from DSHS shows that only 26% of children from 12 to 17 are fully vaccinated, compared to the elderly population, who has 3/4 of Texans fully vaccinated, with the Delta variant beginning to infect communities across the Lone Star State. Organizers say now is not the time to wait to get vaccinated.
We're out here encouraging people 12 and up, because we've got one of the vaccines, Pfizer specifically, is eligible for youngsters. We're hoping to increase awareness and also increase the numbers of people who are willing to take the shot, because we believe it's our shot at getting back to normal.
Texas has administered nearly 26 million doses of the vaccine to roughly 14 million people. Walmart offers free vaccines in its pharmacies with no appointment needed. A coronavirus outbreak has led to the closure of an Orange County tax office. As a result, officials have decided that this week their Viter office will remain closed through Friday, while the City of Orange office will operate in a limited capacity. In a statement on social media, officials say that their closures are subject to change, as the health and safety of its employees and the community is their top priority. At this time, it's unclear how many confirmed cases are within the tax office. And across the country, more than 25,000 patients are being treated for COVID-19 in hospitals, up 36.5% in the past week. The vast majority of those patients are unvaccinated. Well over 100 million Americans eligible for the vaccine still have not rolled up their sleeve. Dr. Anthony Fauci acknowledging that revising the mask guidance for vaccinated individuals is under active consideration by the Biden administration. Now switching gears to weather, today has been a good day to get out with the exception of the heat. This is a live look outside courtesy of our Roofing 911 Sky Cam. Cristiana Ramos joins us now from our Storm Tracker Center with a look at what you can expect for the rest of this week.
Well, it looks like a quiet night overall across Southeast Texas. Might see some patchy fog as just before sunset tomorrow morning, but overall a dry forecast, increasing moisture over the area. That's going to set us up for a rainy work week. Temperatures are still in the 80s right now, 83 in Orange and 80 in Beaumont. And this is high resolution modeling. Looks like it's going to be dry overall in the morning, and then showers are going to kick off towards the lakes area by around 3 p.m. tomorrow, and then move out of the area. We're going to go with about a 30 to 40% coverage up towards the lakes area tomorrow in the afternoon and evening hours, and then a 20% coverage for the coastal and triangle areas. So here's what we're tracking as we head off into the new week. High moisture content, increasing moisture over the area. Upper level ridge, that's going to interact with the surface trough and instability in our area. We'll have more coming up.
The next saga in a Beaumont building battle will happen this Tuesday. That's when City Council will vote again on whether to buy the old AT&T building. The city is considering buying the property and demolishing it to make room for a riverfront development named Tevis Landing. The city has been interested in a property on Main Street for several years. A recent town hall drew dozens of people and they were divided on how to proceed, but a majority of the council appears to support the moving roughly $5 million project. We will follow this story through the week. Tonight, 3 people are dead after being involved in an early morning shooting at a Northwest Harris County sports park. Officials have identified the victim as a 35-year-old man and a 28-year-old woman. The alleged gunman died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He is believed to have been the ex-boyfriend of the woman. Her unborn child also died at the hospital. Details surrounding the shooting remains unclear. This is an ongoing investigation by Harris County Sheriff's Office. Democratic Representative Vicki Godwin released a petition on Twitter urging the governor to allow mask mandate and offer virtual learning options as a result. And today, former President Donald Trump delivered remarks at a rally in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday to protect our election rally hosted by Turning Point Action, which took place in Arizona at a federal theater. It comes as the Maricopa County $2.1 million ballots are being audited, although there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
We're gathered here in Phoenix to show our support for election integrity and for the brave and unyielding conservative warriors in the Arizona State Senate.
Additionally, the recount will have no impact on President Joe Biden's victory in the state. Coming up after the break, we look into if it's a HIPAA violation for your employer to ask if you've been vaccinated. Stick around for that answer.